It's live. Hi, Nisha. Thank you for joining
Hi,
us. I will
thank
just,
you for calling.
yeah, sure, my pleasure. I'm just going to check if we have online people join, but then we may not make out as of now, but I think we'll just get started anyways.
Okay.
So, for you and for everyone who's joined us online, we welcome you to this very interesting talk today. I think everybody, when they leave, they'll have some takeaways for them. And yes, thank you everyone for joining. So basically, at India's Daughter, the endeavor is to present to everyone stories of brave women who inspire us in many ways and who encourage us to lift ourselves. So, for those who are new to the page, you can listen to a few earlier talks. One was on self love, and one was on Indian music therapy. So, basically, if you visit our page, you can see those. You can find those talks under the video section. Without much delay, we'll get on to today's talk. Today's talk is on natural healing, and we have Nisha Koiri with us. She'll tell her story and about her journey. So, Nisha has successfully fought cancer without any kind of radiation, chemo, or any surgery. So, yes, her story is going to definitely inspire all of us to live a healthy life. Thank you, Nisha, for joining. Welcome. And please do introduce yourself briefly as you take us through your journey. So, over to you, Nisha.
A big thank you first to India's Daughter for giving me a chance to speak on your platform. So, I would love to share my journey of cancer naturally healing because I really feel it's very important for everyone to know that yes, cancer is not a very scary so called disease. It can be very easily healed naturally. तो मैं थोड़ा अपना बैकग्राउंड बता देती हूँ। मैं मुंबई से हूँ और अभी मैं एक नेचुरोपैथ हूँ विच इज़ नॉट अ प्रोफेशन, इट्स अ पैशन, इट्स अ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बेसिकली। मेरा प्रोफेशन मार्केटिंग में है। 2016 में मुझे कैंसर डायग्नोसिस हुआ था, लेकिन उसके पहले मैं बहुत पैशनेट थी अबाउट माय वर्कआउट एंड हेल्थ। तो मेरे हिसाब से मैं बहुत हेल्दी खाना खाती थी। जो गोल्ड जिम यूनिवर्सिटी से मैंने बिकॉज ऑफ माय पैशन मैंने पर्सनल ट्रेनिंग का कोर्स भी किया था। आई टू लव वेट ट्रेनिंग, तो मेरा डाइट मेरे हिसाब से बहुत हेल्दी था। आई टू हैव अ लॉट ऑफ प्रोटीन, एनिमल प्रोटीन, 3 times a day. Milk, I used to have a lot of milk products too. And एवरी ईयर रेगुलरली मैं चेकअप करवाती थी, मैमोग्राम्स एंड एवरीथिंग। एक बार चेकअप से समझा था कि कोलेस्ट्रॉल है, तो कोलेस्ट्रॉल मेडिसिन, कोलेस्ट्रॉल ड्रग्स आई शुड से कॉल देम नाउ, वो भी लेती थी। सो दैट वाज माय स्टोरी। तो आई वाज कंसिडरिंग माई सेल्फ वेरी हेल्दी एंड वेरी फिट पर्सन। वेल 2016 मेरे लेफ्ट ब्रेस्ट में ऑलवेज एक लंप था। उसके पहले भी मैंने एक बार बायोप्सी कराया था, तभी नेगेटिव आया था एंड दैट इज बिनाइन। और लेकिन जब 2016 मई महीना था, आई फेल्ट कि वो लंप थोड़ा सा बड़ा हो गया है फीलिंग में, जबकि प्रीवियस ईयर मैंने मैमोग्राम कराया था। बट मैं तभी ऑन माई ओन मैं खुद मैमोग्राम करने गई, तभी रिपोर्ट में आया था बिराड्स 5। तो जो रेडियोलॉजिस्ट है, शी सेड इमीडिएटली आप जाओ, आपके गायनेक से मिलिए। गायनेक के पास जब भी गई, गायनेक ने बोला आप सर्जन के पास जाओ। सर्जन के पास गई, सर्जन ने बोला बायोप्सी कराओ राइट अवे। तो बायोप्सी करते वक्त जब भी जो रेडियोलॉजिस्ट बायोप्सी कर रहे थे, उनका फेस बहुत सीरियस था, एकदम टेंशन में था, डरे हुए थे, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी बिराड्स 5 था। मैमोग्राम रिपोर्ट में बिराड्स 5 इज बेसिकली मैलिग्नेंट। तो उनका चेहरा देख के मुझे समझा कि इस टाइम रिपोर्ट बिनाइन नहीं आएगा, मैलिग्नेंट आएगा। तो रिपोर्ट आने के पहले मैं जब भी घर गई, तभी से मेरा रिसर्च स्टार्ट हो गया, क्योंकि मेरे जिम में एक एरोबिक्स इंस्ट्रक्टर थी। उन्होंने बिकॉज सी मैं एक लेमैन थी, लाइक एवरी लेमैन, ओके कैंसर डायग्नोसिस मीन्स कीमो, सर्जरी, रेडिएशन एक्सेट्रा। तो फिर मुझे वो जो जिम की मेरी एरोबिक्स इंस्ट्रक्टर थी उसको देखा था मैंने, कीमो के बाद काफी वेट पुट ऑन किया था। तो मेरा बेसिक वही रीजन था, मुझे आई डेंट वांट टू पुट ऑन वेट लाइक नॉर्मल फीमेल, आई डेंट वांट टू पुट ऑन गेन वेट। सो मैंने इंटरनेट पे क्वेश्चन डाला, डू आई नीड कीमोथेरेपी टू हील फ्रॉम कैंसर? And it was a blessing in disguise. Immediately I was led to a website called Chris Beat Cancer. Chris Beat Cancer एक वेबसाइट है, एक पर्सन जो यूएसए में रहते हैं, क्रिस वॉक, he was diagnosed with third stage colon cancer in the year 2006. उन्होंने अपने को न्यूट्रिशन से ठीक किया, उनके वर्ड्स है एग्जैक्टली, ही ओवरडोज्ड ऑन न्यूट्रिशन, इतना ज्यादा ओवरडोज किया न्यूट्रिशन से और वो ठीक हो गए। तो उनका स्टोरी जब भी मैंने पढ़ा, इट वाज लाइक एन आई ओपनर, मैं तो बोलती हूँ लाइफ सेवर फॉर मी, बिकॉज मुझे आइडिया ही नहीं था अबाउट दिस, बिल्कुल भी आइडिया नहीं था। उन्होंने अपना हाई रॉ, मतलब हाई रॉ नहीं, 100% रॉ में चले गए थे, विद कैरेट जूस एंड ऑल दैट ही हील्ड हिमसेल्फ। एंड उनके वेबसाइट पे 20 क्वेश्चंस फॉर योर ऑन्कोलॉजिस्ट था, वो मैंने प्रिंट किया। उसके उसमें मुझे जो क्वेश्चंस उन्होंने दिए थे कि आस्क दिस टू योर ऑन्कोलॉजिस्ट और आपका ऑन्कोलॉजिस्ट ये जवाब देगा, तो वो जो जवाब मैं पढ़ी तभी मुझे समझा कि कीमोथेरेपी क्या है। कीमोथेरेपी इज बेसिकली मस्टर्ड गैस जो हिटलर यूज टू किल द जूज। तो आई वॉज वेरी क्लियर एंड शॉक्ड, माई गॉड, मैं तो अपने आप से बहुत प्यार करती हूँ और मुझे तो जीना है, तो देयर वाज नो वे आई वाज गोइंग टू गो इन फॉर सच अ टॉक्सिक सो कॉल्ड ट्रीटमेंट। सो मैंने प्रिंट किया और जो जब भी रिपोर्ट आया बायोप्सी का, तभी उसमें आया डक्टल इन्वेसिव कार्सिनोमा ग्रेड 2, दैट इज ब्रेस्ट कैंसर। वो रिपोर्ट लेके मैं जब इस सर्जन के पास पहुंची जिन्होंने बायोप्सी के लिए भेजा था, ही इमीडिएटली सॉ एंड ही सेड दैट आपको कल का कल सर्जरी करना है, फुल मैस्टेक्टोमी, ब्रेस्ट काट देंगे एंड कीमोथेरेपी, रेडिएशन, पूरा एवरीथिंग यू हैव टू डू, बिकॉज इट इज़ वेरी अर्जेंट, इट इमीडिएटली आपको करना है, नहीं तो आपका सर्वाइवल बहुत मुश्किल है, 45 डेज का सर्वाइवल हो जाएगा। मतलब इट डिडंट कम आउट दैट वे एग्जैक्टली, बिकॉज आई स्टार्टेड आस्किंग हिम क्वेश्चंस जो मैंने प्रिंट आउट किए थे, छुप छुप के पूछ रही थी, बिकॉज डॉक्टर्स नो बेस्ट, उनको हम लोग क्वेश्चन नहीं कर सकते, उनको दे गेट एंग्री। सो उस हिसाब से मैं डर डर के पूछने लगी उनको एक एक क्वेश्चन, एंड इट वाज रियली फनी क्योंकि वो मुझे बहुत बड़ी बड़ी आंख करके डराने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, एंड वो जो जवाब दे रहे थे वो एग्जैक्टली सेम आंसर्स है जो क्रिस बीट कैंसर का क्रिस वॉक ने दिया है उनके 20 क्वेश्चंस फॉर ऑन्कोलॉजिस्ट ने में। तो फिर इट वाज वेरी फनी कि मुझे डर नहीं लग रहा है, मुझे एक्चुअली हंसी आ रही थी क्योंकि वो बड़े बड़े आंख करके मुझे बहुत डरा रहे हैं, बट मुझे डर ही नहीं लग रहा है, वॉट एवर ही इज सेइंग is not frightening me. So that itself was a very very eye opener for me कि मुझे खुद डर ही नहीं लग रहा है। And he said आपको ये करना पड़ेगा न्यूट्रिशन का, उनको कुछ भी आइडिया नहीं था। He said no. I said is it a fast growing or slow growing cancer? He said we have to consider all cancer as fast growing. And whatever he was answering, it was making absolute sense that he has nothing. I mean, they don't know anything. If it's cancer, they only know to cut, that is surgery, they know to poison, that is chemo, and they know to burn, that is radiation. So when I left unke clinic, when I left that time, it was very clear in my mind there is no way I'm going to go in for that kind of treatment, anything else but that. So there was no doubt in my mind, actually वहीं से मुझे doubt ही नहीं था कुछ। I knew मैं वो रास्ता तो नहीं चुनने वाली हूँ। और मेरे हस्बैंड ने मुझे एक सेंटेंस बोला कि बिकॉज आई टोल्ड यू ही गेव डायग्नोसिस कि आपको अभी अभी करना है कीमो, रेडिएशन, सर्जरी एक्सेट्रा, नहीं तो आप यू विल नॉट सर्वाइव। बिकॉज आई आस्क्ड हिम कि मुझे गिव मी सम टाइम, मुझे 6 मंथ्स का टाइम दीजिए, 3 मंथ्स का टाइम दीजिए, मुझे समझ के उसके बाद मैं डिसीजन लूंगी। बट ही सेड दैट नहीं, यू डोंट हैव टाइम, आपको इमीडिएटली अभी का अभी डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा। तो आपको आई सेड गिव मी 1.5 मंथ का टाइम है। ही सेड नो। I said for 45 days, 1 month, आपको कल का कल सर्जरी करना ही है. I said, I'm not going to die in 15 days. I told him. He's saying, no, it's not the question of you dying. It's a question of cancer spreading. So I don't really blame the doctors so much because उनको भी वही पढ़ाया जाता है. कैंसर वेरी वेरी, वो उनको न्यूट्रिशन के बारे में सिखाया ही नहीं जाता. इतने जो साल उन लोग पढ़ते हैं उनको डाइट न्यूट्रिशन के बारे में आइडिया ही नहीं है. So then obviously when they don't know about it they are so scared. So इसके लिए once my husband just told me one thing that nobody in this world knows when a person is going to die. Nobody in this world knows that. One thing we all know is our question always should be that how we want to live. मतलब हमारा is the internet connection okay? Okay.
It is breaking a bit. More or less, it's okay.
Okay, otherwise I'll just change it. So
Okay.
maybe that will be a little better.
Okay, sure.
Minute. Okay, is this better now? Can you hear me?
Yes, Nisha,
Can you
perfect.
hear me now?
Perfect, Nisha.
Okay. So I think so this will be better. So he said that's what all you need to know is how we want, because we only know about life because हमको पता ही नहीं है कल क्या होने वाला है. कभी किसी का एक्सीडेंट हो सकता है. Anything can happen at any time. So let us not think about how we are going to die because that is something that's going to happen anyway. Why we need to think about it? So what the point is, what we know right now is we are living. So the thoughts always should be how we want to live. So जब भी वो thoughts है in our mind, so we only have to think about that. मुझे जीना कैसा है. तो जीना कैसा है हमको मतलब मुझे तो काफी क्लैरिटी हो गया कि कुछ भी हो जाए वो रास्ता तो नहीं जाना है बिकॉज इट एज आई सेड आई लव माई सेल्फ टू मच. मुझे जीना था. उसका कीमोथेरेपी का जो सर्वाइवल रेट मैंने पढ़ा, सक्सेस रेट देखा मैंने, 3% सक्सेस रेट. सो देयर वाज नो वे कि मैं वो रास्ते को चुनती, रास्ता चुनती. And then I came home and I did exactly what Chris had told. He told to tell everybody in your circle कि आपको ऐसा diagnosis हुआ है, आप सबको बताइए और आप न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट ढूंढिए बिकॉज मैं बंगाली हूँ. मेरा डाइट प्राइमरीली नॉन वेजिटेरियन था और उन्होंने रॉ चले गए थे. 3 months ही वेंट ओनली रॉ. तो मुझे तो समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा था मैं कैसे गाजर और बीटरूट लंच के लिए खा सकूंगी, कैसे मैं ऐसा खाना खा सकूंगी. मुझे आइडिया ही नहीं था. मुझे करना है पता था. तो हाउ एम आई गोइंग टू डू दैट? So I told everybody in my circle that this is what I have been diagnosed with and this is what I was looking for. I was looking for a nutritionist. So before I found a nutritionist, मेरी स्कूल की फ्रेंड, वो लंदन में रहती है, उसकी कजन सिस्टर यूएसए में रहती है. उन्होंने कार्ड भेजा, विजिटिंग कार्ड, एक नेचुरोपैथ का जो मेरे सिटी में रहते हैं, मुंबई में. तो मैं उनसे जाके मिली कि ये देखिए मेरा डायग्नोसिस है और ये मैं मुझे आप क्या कर सकते हो. ही सेड सी आई कैन गिव यू मेडिसिन, तुलसी एंड बेल पत्ता जूस विच ही हिमसेल्फ मेक्स बाय डिस्टिलेशन प्रोसेस. ही से मैं वो दे सकता हूँ, लेकिन डोंट एक्सपेक्ट द मेडिसिन टू बिकम अ मैजिक पिल. आपको पूरा डाइट चेंज करना पड़ेगा. नो मिल्क, नो नॉन वेज, नो मिल्क एंड मिल्क प्रोडक्ट्स, नो शुगर, नथिंग प्रोसेस्ड, एंड बहुत सारा आपको कैरेट जूस पीना है. So for me anything was easy because the other option was very scary. सब लोग बोलते हैं oh my god how did you do it, but point is the other option is so scary and so I mean I could not even picture myself going in for that. So ये तो बहुत ही easy था. So immediately I jumped onto this and started drinking carrot juice and tulsi and bel patta juice and started whatever I was researching online. I started what's that, jumping on the trampoline. So and then I was looking for more, so I wanted to learn more about nutrition. So then I started searching and I found Sharan India, Dr. Nandita Shah, and through Dr. Nandita Shah I found Dr. Rashmi Menon. So I learned I mean, I should say, a wonderful world of whole food, plant-based lifestyle opened up to me. And that is something was really magical because I had no idea about this. So, this was something all happened within the same month. May 2016, I was diagnosed. May I found the naturopath. May I found the whole food plant-based lifestyle. That is basically as when you're having cooked food, it is as close to the original form. It's not like you cook food without oil and without sugar. It's unprocessed food, so it's basically without oil does not mean without taste. उसमें स्वाद है because आप oil लो उसमें कुछ आपको taste नहीं आएगा. आपको taste मसालों से आता है, तो हाँ limited amount of masalas can go. And like whole food, so for example अगर आप दाल ले रहे हो तो जितना हो सके छिलके छिलके वाला दाल लेना है, ऑर्गेनिक फूड खाना है, जितना हो सके प्रोसेस्ड नहीं खाना है, सो नो शुगर, नो जैगरी, स्वीट्स बना सकते हैं विथ खजूर. सो उस टाइप का लाइफस्टाइल स्टार्ट कर दिया. उसके बाद और मुझे सीखना था, तो मैंने सोचा कि मैं नेचुरोपैथी का पढ़ाई कर सकती हूँ. कि देखा तो हाँ मेरी ही जगह मेरे ही एरिया में हो रहा है नेचुरोपैथी डिप्लोमा. सो आई जॉइन दैट, डिड माय डिप्लोमा इन नेचुरोपैथी एंड योगिक साइंसेस. 1 ईयर का क्लासरूम पढ़ाई किया. एंड एज आई सेड ना, सीखती गई. I should say my first test after I started this natural medicine and whole food plant based lifestyle. मेरा जो first test मैंने after 3 months किया था, उसके तभी मैंने मेरे naturopath को पूछा था मैं टेस्ट करना चाहती हूँ. So I had by that time मैंने पूरा स्टडी कर लिया था. Mammograms are so dangerous, high in radiation, and they're known to cause cancer. जो मैं हर रेगुलरली करती थी. ऑफ कोर्स मैंने पूरा केमिकल्स बंद कर दिया था. ऑफ कोर्स कोलेस्ट्रॉल मेडिसिन एंड ऑल कोलेस्ट्रॉल मेडिसिन फॉर फीमेल्स आर अ प्रूवन थिंग, दे कॉज कैंसर. And so all that of course was out. Microwave was out of my house. Nothing processed, no soaps, and no chemical makeup, everything was out. So wo sab natural, I mean the dishwashing liquid, the floor cleaner, everything was natural in my house. वो start कर दिया था. And 3 months के बाद जब भी मैंने टेस्ट करना चाहा, तो मैं नेचुरोपैथ ने वही पूछा, why do you want to test, do you feel sick? I said, no, I don't want feel sick, but I just want to test to monitor myself. He's saying, fine. If you go to a new place, don't carry any of your old records. Go to them as if you are a new person, and then let them check you. So I went. यहाँ हमारे बाजू में फोर्टिस हॉस्पिटल है, वहाँ पे मैंने चेक कराया. तो of course no mammogram. So I said I just want to do an ultrasound, which is safer comparatively than others tests. तो अल्ट्रासाउंड जब भी कराया, तो शी सेड ओके देयर इज दिस लंप, यू श्योर यू डोंट हैव एनी रिकॉर्ड्स? आई सेड नो रिकॉर्ड्स एट ऑल. सो शी सेड फाइन. सो वो अल्ट्रासाउंड जब भी किया, तभी शी सेड आई वुड प्रेफर टू डू अ बायोप्सी. I said, no, it's okay, I'm okay. And I came out of that. She said, it doesn't look so good, but okay, you come again. So after 3 months again, when I went to her, then she said, no, it's not looking good at all. It has grown in size. I want to do a mammogram and a biopsy right away. I said, it's okay. I'm doing something. I know what I'm doing. She's saying, "No, what are you doing?" I said, I'm taking naturopathy medicines, and I'm following whole food plant-based diet. So it's okay. I don't want to do anything right now. She said, fine, you come back again. After 3 months, when I went back to her, she made me sit in front of her, and she said, what are you doing? I said, why? She's saying, no, the lumps have reduced by half. What are you doing? So then I told her my whole story, and I told her this is what I was, whatever you were saying, biopsy and all that I have already done all that, and I know what it is. So she's saying, no wonder you were not scared. I was trying to tell you so much, and you're okay. It's okay. So she then wanted to know more, and I told her more, and she was very, very supportive. She herself has sent many of her patients then to me, and she was so after that I kept doing ultrasound, and finally in the last ultrasound I did was in December 2018, where it was found that the lump has calcified. It very much reduced in size and has calcified. In between, I also from December 2016 to 2018 December, when I did my last ultrasound, I did take homeopathy medicines also. So I followed from a Dr. Sailesh Deshpande in Pune. He is a cancer specialist. I did take his medicines too, because this was also because of a school friend who is a MBBS doctor, and she was very initially very angry with me that I'm not following the conventional medicine. So I whoever used to worry about it and uh, be very concerned, I used to tell them, see, I know what I'm doing does not make any sense right now to you, but please have faith in what I'm doing. I know it's not, you don't understand it, but have faith, and just send towards me positive vibes in the form of confidence. Okay, have confidence in what she is doing, and send prayers, because worry, fear, these are negative emotions. Don't send those towards me. So just think, okay, whatever she is doing, she must be knowing about it, so have faith in that. And I'm really blessed. I had full support from my family, my mom, my sister, my co-sister, my husband, my kids. Nobody was worried for me. So that was very, very lucky, because, I have seen so many people have to take the wrong decision because of their family. And they get so worried with the word cancer. They say, no, let them do whatever the doctor says first, and then we'll do naturopathy or nutrition or whatever. But I request everybody always, that please research what the conventional treatment is about, and then you can think. I mean, somebody sending your loved ones because of your own personal fears is so wrong. So luckily for me, I was the one deciding. And then I had completed the naturopathy course and everything. And February 2019, I met Dr. Arun Sharma. डॉक्टर अरुण शर्मा इज नाउ 80+ years old. अमेरिका में रहते हैं. उनके जो ग्रैंडफादर है आचार्य लक्ष्मण शर्मा इज नोन एज द फादर ऑफ नेचर क्योर इन इंडिया. तो उनसे मुझे सीखने का मौका मिला. वो इंडिया आए थे, तो उनसे मैंने कोर्स किया. और फर्स्ट लेक्चर में ही उन्होंने बहुत लाउडली हम लोग सबको हैंड्स अप करके रिपीट करने बोले, डोंट चेक योर बॉडी, चेक योर हैबिट्स. So when we literally screamed at the top of our voice loud 10 times, don't check your body, check your habits. So that was so liberating for me. Okay, December 18 was the last ultrasound which I did. After that, I've not tested myself at all. And yes, I check my habits in the way we follow a nature cure lifestyle, which is Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi, and the last Atma Tattva, which I feel is most important. So the whole principle is such that you have to check your habits. You don't need to every time go and check your body. So it was so liberating, because then I am the judge about my own health. I don't have to wait for somebody else to certify me whether I'm healthy or not. I give the certificate to myself. Yes, I'm full of health. I'm full of health. I'm full of energy, and that's what you know uh, is the one who's deciding. Nobody else can decide about me. So that was something which I loved learning from him. And then of course all the tattvas, I honestly learned more from him than what I learned in the naturopathy course. So it was so great. So, and then that's how I've been now, yeah, following nature cure for from February 2019. Now it's January 23. I mean, full the whole 6.5 years plus now, I have never missed a single day of work or a single day of workout. So when people say, "Oh my God, you're suffering from cancer," I never suffered. It's the when you see a cancer patient, it's basically not the cancer which is causing it. This is the treatment. They're chemo patients. So that's what I tell everybody. Please do your own research. And I don't know how much time I have. Otherwise, I would like to speak a little bit more about nature cure and all the steps about Akash Vayu and all.
Please
So
go
this
ahead. Yeah,
was
go
my
ahead.
journey. And yeah, okay. So I'll just speak a little bit about nature cure. So it is Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi. So that is the way it is in the series. So what is Akash? See, nature cure is basically the fundamental belief of nature cure is that each living being, every living being has the uh, what do you call it? The basic ability and the we are endowed with the self healing, self repairing, self maintaining ability, each and every living being. And this is something which once we understand and we believe in it, it is because, see, if you see a small baby, the small baby also knows when they are sick they will stop eating. So that is nothing else but fasting. Even an animal knows, because he had asked us this question that how many beings do you think follow nature cure, to heal themselves, and how many follow take drugs and allopathy, or any other medicine to heal. So then we said, no, majority take medicines, rest all take, very few would go in for nature cure. He said, no, you're wrong. Out of the how many lakh species in the world, only human beings go in for any kind of medicine to heal. Otherwise, naturally, all living beings know about nature cure. It's there in their own instinct. So nobody has to teach them. So this is something which we are not in touch with our instincts, so we are not aware of it. So this is once we start realizing what is nature cure, it is the body's self healing mechanism is already there. And the main reason or the cause of all so-called diseases is that we have toxins in our body. So the main cure of all diseases is to remove the toxins in our body and not to put any further toxins. So for example, like if we have a kitchen platform which is full of um, you know not dirt, like if you have peels over there and lots of mm, all trash is on your kitchen platform. So what will come? Mosquitoes will come, cockroaches will come, worms will come, and then we'll say, oh my god, this kitchen is very dirty. But once we clean the kitchen, the mud, the dirt, the everything, the trash is cleaned off, so there is no food for them. So automatically there is no so-called cockroaches and mosquitoes and worms, etc. are not there, not because there is no food for them. Similarly, if there is a lot of toxins accumulated in our body, so then the diseases are friend basically to wake us up. And we have to understand, they have come only so that we wake up and understand that okay, we need to clean up. So all we need to do is basically clean up. शरीर का जो है मल निकालना है, हमको मल निकालना है. जैसे ही मल निकलेगा ऑटोमेटिकली शरीर में कोई बीमारी नहीं रहेगी. So that is the basic principle, and we have our own healing mechanism that is there, already there. We just have to understand it and help it. So how do you clean your body? So for that, these five principles are, five systems are used. So one is Akash. Akash is basically nothing but space, ether. So our when the space is not proper, as I said, mal jama hai, toxins have been accumulated. So we have to make sure that the space is clean. There is no toxins in our body, and we have to make sure we don't put further toxins. So how do you clean up? Fasting. Space, Akash Tattva is related to fasting. Now, fasting is something which is so important because uh, as I said, when a baby is small, when baby is sick, we know the baby is sick and the baby will stop eating. But we parents keep forcing the baby to eat. But it is natural whenever we are sick. भूख नहीं लगती, बोलते भूख मर जाता है. Because body does not want to again eat, because once it eats, body will have to digest. Because वो digest नहीं करेगा तो वो और ज़्यादा खतरनाक है, because undigested food in the stomach is more dangerous. So then the healing has to stop. Body has to then focus on digesting, and then when will it heal? So इसके लिए fasting is number one, and that's the reason it is there in all our religions. In Hinduism, Ekadashi and Purnima and all the other festivals we have fasting. Even in Islam is there, even Christianity, Good Friday, many Jainism and all. Fasting is very, given a lot of importance. So अभी लेकिन हमने फास्टिंग का मीनिंग ही चेंज कर दिया. उपवास का खाना होता है, ये खाना खाओ, साबूदाना वड़ा खाओ एंड खिचड़ी खाओ एंड ऑल दैट. So that is something again food. So fasting means basically no food. Once we stop eating, the body will then focus on digesting. So what I follow exactly what Dr. Arun Sharma has taught. Every Monday is a weekly fast. I find dry fasting easier as compared to water fasting. So I because once I drink water, the digestive juices get activated and then I feel hungry. But with dry fasting, I don't even feel hungry. So every Monday is my dry fasting day. I break it on like Sunday night will be my last meal. Monday, Tuesday morning will be my next meal. So body will get to detoxify. So that is something which is I love it. I look forward, and Monday is a very good day because it's a very busy day. I'm working, so half of the more than half goes in work, and then you come home and you just after a while go to sleep. Its body is resting that day, and best healing takes place. Second comes Vayu Tattva. So Vayu Tattva, yes, it includes pranayam. These are all methods to remove the toxins from your body. Detoxification. So pranayam is there. Exercise, walking. We are not meant to have sedentary lifestyles. We need to move. So exercise is very important. Again, a method. We need to sweat. Perspiration has to be there. Third, Agni. अभी सूर्य अग्नि इज रिलेटेड टू सन. सूर्य के बारे में मैं जितना बोलूं उतना कम है. Sunlight is pure medicine. It is a working hospital for your body. There are so many books if where you see ke khali sunlight mein rakh ke a person has healed. That's the beauty of sunlight. And even you see dogs, they know kabhi sun mein jaake बैठना है. Cows, if you see in the nature, kabhi sun mein बैठे, kabhi shade mein बैठे. It is very natural way of uh, healing. They know about it, they know their instincts. But हम लोग सनस्क्रीन लगाते हैं, हम लोग को सनबर्न नहीं चाहिए, हमको काला नहीं होना है. All we need to do is just cover our head with a wet cloth, so we don't need to worry about tanning, and our head has to be cool, and the rest of the body we should get at least 15 minutes front side and 15 minutes back side good sunlight. So this is something, if you have some privacy in the house, we can do it. Otherwise, wear light colored cotton clothes and go out in the sun. Then comes, this is the third element, Agni. Fourth element is Jal. Jal is basically, we are made up of 70% of water. So हम लोग जो भी खाएंगे पिएंगे, that ultimately turns into water. So we water has memory power. हम लोग जब भी कुछ भी लेंगे, we have to say this is what's going to heal me. Put good vibes in it, and then you eat and you drink whatever you are having. So that is very powerful, that because we are 70% water. And then cold wet pack hai, a cold water shower hai. I will just explain it in short. Cold wet pack is basically, suppose you're having an issue, like for me it was the breast area or anybody's abdomen area, because everything begins in the gut. So you take a white or I mean you take a cotton cloth, dupatta size or a single bed sheet, fold it like this long, and
Nisha, you're breaking a bit. I think your connection.
can you hear me now?
Yes, you're back.
Okay, something is going wrong with my so so you wrap it around that particular area, and then you uh, the rest of the body is warm because we are warm blooded creatures, and then only one particular part is cold. So what happens because of that, our body wants to maintain one single temperature throughout. So the cold blood will rush towards the warm and the warm blood will rush towards, and then blood circulation increases. When blood circulation increases, toxins get flushed out. It is something which is so simple and but very effective. So effective it is. So any kind of pain or inflammation, one just needs to simply wrap a cold wet pack around. And then comes cold water shower, also same principle. In this, there's also something called tona. So in the gel therapy, tona is basically tonic enema. Enema is basically putting water through the anal passage so that the intestines get cleaned, because any waste which is accumulated is also accumulated around along the intestinal walls, and because of that the intestines cannot absorb the nutrition whatever we are eating. So we have to make sure that the intestines get cleaned. So why is now all this, what I was speaking about, like fasting, why you exercise, pranayam, sunbathing, is all part of our lifestyle. That should be part of our lifestyle. Cold water shower, etc. But tonic enema, tona, is a part of a therapy. So initially, it is to be done twice in a sorry. For first 15 days, it's to be done twice in a day, morning and evening. After 15 days are up, and it's only with 250 ml normal tap water, so that the intestines basically get triggered to work on their own, and the waste gets flushed out and it just cleans. It's basically how you are okay, twice in a day for first 15 days. After that it reduces to, for the next week it becomes once a week, once a day. Then it becomes alternate days, that is 3 times a week. Then it becomes twice a week, and lastly it remains only once a week. Now that once a week, it should be done on the day of the fasting. So for example, every day we are sweeping and swabbing our house, but once a week at least we'll clean under the beds, under the sofa, and when all the dust and dirt is cleaned off. Similarly, we'll do once a week toner, so that the intestines are totally cleaned out. So what happens then? There is no waste accumulated. So if there is no reason for any so-called disease to ever come in our system, in our body. So that is the importance of tuna. Then comes last Prithvi Tattva. Prithvi. Now all this whatever I spoke about is also food for our body, but they are subtle food. The subtlest food is the best food. As I said, the subtlest is the Akash. Then comes Vayu, Agni, Jal. Then comes Prithvi. So the actual food which we eat is so last down the line. But it is also important, of course. Now, nature cure diet, the basic first principle is don't is basically chew your liquids and drink your solids. So drink your solid means chew your liquids means whenever you're sipping some juice or some liquid or water, whatever, you don't just gulp it down. You have to put it in your mouth, mix it with the saliva, and then slowly, 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 you have to swallow it. Similarly, drink your solid means when you're eating food, you need to chew your food 32 times, make it into a paste, mix it with the saliva, and then slowly, slowly swallow it. Why this way of eating? There's a Sanskrit shlok also. I don't know about that, but the basic reason is that saliva is very, very potent, highly alkaline. So when we mix any food with the saliva so much, so well, and then we swallow it, the food itself becomes very alkaline. Now, if you see any animal, if you see them hurt, what they doing? They're all the time just licking themselves. The saliva is very potent. In fact, it is said that whenever if somebody takes any poison and we mix it with the saliva, and then it is taken inside, the poison will not affect us. So that powerful our saliva is. Of course, nobody is going to try that out, but that's the way of eating our food, nature cure way. Now, nature cure diet is very, very simple. The first meal of the day is a diluted vegetable juice. So, any durva grass juice or coconut water or banana stem juice. So, these are different kinds of juices which it has to be diluted with either coconut water or water. Why diluted? Because it increases the surface area. and then you are slowly, of course, you're drinking in that particular way, it gets absorbed in the cells faster. That's the first meal of the day. The next, the breakfast is a mono fruit, any one kind of fruit. So it's not important that, okay, if you're having a banana, you can have only one or two, you can have more banana. But the point is, you have to eat the way they have, it's been told, chew your, drink your solids. So you have to really chew it well, and then you have to eat it. Well, lunch is a vegetable salad. In fact, it's the most important meal of the day. If any day I miss it, I feel very deprived, because it's so important and you look forward to the vegetable salad lunch. And once you eat it, you feel really full and you feel great. Evening is the cooked meal you can have. So in that, the vegetable salad part is not mixed. Now for me, evening meal, I have the grain. I have the positive millets, which has been recommended by Dr. Khadir Wali. I don't eat rice or wheat. So it is the kodo millet, foxtail millet, brown top, little millet, and one more. So these are the five golden millets, which I take. One millet, don't mix the millets. And millet is a way to have, you have to soak it for 4 to 6 hours, and then you can cook it. You just need to wash it once, of course. Not processed millet, it's a whole millet, naturally grown. And you have to just soak it in the water, and then cook it in this, just wash it once and soak it water, cook it in the same water, don't throw away the water. And we use mitti ke bartan for cooking food. You have to, oh, it's amazing, the food tastes so good. Even a normal baigan ka sabzi also will taste yummy. It's the mitti ke bartan ka jo swad hai. In fact, there's been a Shri Rajiv Dikshit ji had done a trial of how dal was cooked in a mitti ke bartan in Puri, and checked, at a laboratory. And then they found that the food which is cooked in mitti ke bartan, because they say once you cook food, it becomes acidic. But in cooked food, food cooked in mitti ke bartan remains alkaline. So I cook all the food, all the dishes is cooked in the mitti ke bartan, and all cooked the whole food plant based way. That is no oil, no sugar, nothing processed. And that is not just cooked for me, it's cooked for my whole family. We all eat the same food. It is very tasty. There are many recipes available. Sharan India is a very good site to take find recipes there, or cook the whole food plant based way. I personally have had avoided peanuts and cashews during this 6.5 years journey, because I followed Chris Wheat Cancer. Initially, I used to take 6 glasses of carrot juice, wheatgrass juice, papaya leaf juice, Karela juice, and bitter apricot kernel, and all. For I did that till December 20, so February 2019. Once I learned about Nature Cure, I switched to this lifestyle because it became so easy. I realized I didn't need to do so much. I could do so little and heal. I used to be eating the right kind of food every day, but I used to be eating all the time because so many glasses of carrot juice and papaya leaf juice and salads. I used to have cooked meal twice a day. So this became much for me. And so the Nature Cure diet, as I said, is a very simple and very easy to follow diet for me. And then the last tattva is Atma Tattva. Now Atma Tattva is nothing but see, we are ultimately we are souls, and we have to realize this physical body has come now in this lifestyle, but we are very powerful energy beings. So our mind power, we are so strong. I mean, if you think, for me the mantra is I'm full of health. From morning to night, I always think I'm just full of health. And that when we start thinking about health, because as they say, there's no such thing as disease. It's basically like, no, there's no such thing as darkness. It's basically absence of life, of light. So similarly, when you think of disease, it's basically absence of health. When you're focused on only improving health, there is no curing of disease in Nature Cure, because you're only focusing on improving health. Once you start focusing on improving health, the so-called diseases just disappear. There is no separate treatments for every different disease, because we are not curing disease. We are only focusing on improving health. So that's the way Nature Cure works. And I love that lifestyle. It's so liberating and it's fantastic to live that way. So Atma Tattva is basically, yes, following, what you really believe in, and basically not bashing yourself up with, guilt about, even if you think, okay, we cannot all the time think positive thoughts and be happy all the time. No, it's not possible. We are human beings. So even if we do something we think is not right, or we think negative thoughts, because it's natural to have fear and doubts in your mind, but then you just wipe it off and replace it with three positive thoughts. That's it. And as Dr. Arun Sharma says, there are five things, which we have to follow to heal from any so-called disease naturally: positive thoughts, positive food, ample exercise, adequate rest, and engaging in activities which involve your skill and passion, which can be used to help others. So, once the focus goes on helping others, whatever you are skilled at or whatever you are passionate about, your so called body consciousness disappears, and you don't start thinking about every ache, pain, or whatever your illness is, and you focus on others, and when your body heals, you will not even come to know. So this is the beauty of living a nature cure lifestyle, and I would recommend everybody to follow it. And I love uh, to get I really love today to get this opportunity to share my story and my journey and about nature cure. So and don't know if I have the time. I would like to also speak a little bit about acute diseases.
Yes, please go
So,
on, Nisha. Yes, it was lovely
okay,
hearing you. It was wonderful. I think everybody will have some takeaway. I'm just left speechless. Yes, please go ahead with your next thoughts. Yes, go ahead,
okay.
please.
S- Okay, it's a very short thing which I want to say, because there's a lot of fear involved with acute diseases. Acute diseases is basically cold, cough, fever, loose motions, vomiting, skin eruptions, headaches, digestive disorders, etc. So, what is acute diseases? Is basically the body's uh, own mechanism to throw away the toxins which are accumulated in the body. For example, if a dust particle enters your eye will start watering. But that is not a disease, it's the body's attempt to throw away the dust particle. Similarly, you will get a cold, or somebody having a pizza will get a cold the next day because the mucus accumulated, the body wants to throw it out. Now, if we try and suppress these diseases, for example, fever is also very good. In fact, it's needed. Timely acute diseases is very much needed because we are living in the atmosphere where there is pollution, there is radiation, there is toxic chemtrails. So where we need, our body needs to detoxify time to time. So these acute diseases are not only uh, natural, and they are very good, because once you get these acute diseases timely, firstly, you know your body's immune system is strong enough so that these acute diseases are able to come and throw away the toxins on its own. You really don't need to interfere, and this is something which is needed. It's actually needed to throw it out. So what happens, why is fever good? Like, for example, if we don't get water, clean water in a building, what do? We boil water. They say ubla hua pani piyo. So how do you boil water? We put the water in a container and we put it on the gas. The minute we switch on the gas, we don't switch it off. We let the water come to a boiling point. After the water comes to a boiling point, also we don't switch it off. We let it boil for 20 minutes. After the water boils for 20 minutes, then we are sure, okay, abhi isme sab keetaru khatam ho gaye. Similarly, our body also creates heat in the body. Fever आता है, वो आना चाहिए, because I know so many people who have not got fever for years, and then bang, they land up with a cancer diagnosis. So fever, cold, cough, etc., all the acute diseases, celebrate. You should feel happy. Your body is healing on its own. We don't really need to do anything, because if we take any allopathic drugs or gland extracts or vaccines or etc., to suppress these acute diseases, the body will store it inside, and then it will land up with a chronic disease like heart disease or asthma or diabetes or hypertension or even cancer. So nobody, I mean, there is no really, there, no one should, because just say like if you're getting fever and you immediately take a paracetamol, when the body is trying to heal by, raising the temperature, whatever bacteria, virus, pathogen has entered your body is trying to raise the temperature to destroy it. But we have immediately taken a paracetamol और गैस बंद कर दिया, वो बॉडी का जो हीलिंग मैकेनिज्म ही था वो स्टॉप कर दिया. बट that was something we have stopped it, like we've kept the toxins in the body. अगर हमने कुछ खाना बाहर खाया, फूड पॉइजनिंग हुआ, लूज मोशंस हो रहा है, उल्टियां हो रही है, गुड है ना, वो टॉक्सिन्स निकल रहा है, हमको दवाई लेके उसको बंद नहीं करना है, निकलने दो, उल्टियां होके निकलने दो, लूज, दैट्स द ओनली वे. हाँ, कैसे निकलेगा? सिमिलरली स्किन इरप्शंस, अगर हमारे शरीर में कुछ टॉक्सिन्स है, स्किन इज अ लार्जेस्ट ऑर्गन, तो स्किन से निकलेगा ही. इसलिए नेचुरली हमको रनिंग करना चाहिए, धूप में जाना चाहिए, पसीना छूटे, ताकि वो टॉक्सिन्स निकले. सो अक्यूट डिजीजेस को हमें सप्रेस नहीं करना है, उससे खुश होना चाहिए. सबसे बेस्ट, द बेस्ट रेमेडी फॉर एनी acute disease, as I said, cold, cough, fever, loose motions, vomiting, headache, skin eruptions, digestive disorders, the best remedy for acute diseases is no remedy at all, because the disease is itself the cure. जो डिजीज आया है, फीवर आया है, तो वही क्योर है, तो आने दो. बेस्ट इज नो फास्ट, नो फूड, फास्टिंग कर लो, क्योंकि तभी शरीर को हील होने दो. अभी आप खाना भी खाओगे तो तभी, एज आई सेड इन द बिगनिंग, फूड डाइजेशन में, बॉडी डाइजेशन में लग जाएगा, तो हीलिंग बंद हो जाता है. दैट्स व्हाई दे से दैट अगर सर दर्द हो रहा है, हमने कुछ खाना, हाँ सर दर्द चला गया, क्योंकि बॉडी डाइजेस्ट करने लग गया. उससे अच्छा सर दर्द होने दो, कोल्ड वेट पैक लगा दो, अपने आप बॉडी धीरे धीरे, फास्टिंग करो, खाना मत खाओ. खाना नहीं खाना इज द बेस्ट रेमेडी. So that is the, one should, there should not be any fear involved with acute diseases. In fact, one should celebrate, खुश हो जाना चाहिए कि अरे सर्दी हुआ, अच्छा है, निकल रहा है टॉक्सिन्स, कुछ भी मत करो, अपने आप ही ठीक हो जाएगा. So that is the beauty of our body. Body is a very 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 intelligent, highly sophisticated device. We, हमको इंटरफेयर करने की कुछ जरूरत नहीं है, शरीर को पता है कैसे अपने आप को हील करे. So this is also just, I wanted to talk a little bit about acute diseases. I think I have covered whatever I wanted to say. So anything
Yeah, I
else you wish?
think it was great, Nisha. It's wonderful. We wish we could keep going. There are a
I
couple of
spoke for a very
questions.
long time. Yeah.
No, no, it wasn't. It was like mesmerizing, to be honest. We have a few questions on the chat window. Some of this you have already covered. Like someone asked about your daily regimen, so that's something you have kind of covered. Someone asked, Parag Patil asked, when you were diagnosed, what stage was it in 2016?
Yeah. See, stage you will come to know only if you do a PET scan. I never did a PET scan. As I said, I found crypt cancer where the dangers of a PET scan is also given high in radiation. So I didn't do a PET scan at all. I in the biopsy, the grade was mentioned, grade 2, ductal invasive carcinoma, grade 2. ER, PR positive, HER negative was what was mentioned. Many pages of report. So that was the basic this. So stage was not mentioned, and as far as I understand, stage we come to know only with a PET scan. So that's the answer for that.
Okay, sure. And Anushla is asking if you can share about some natural home cleaning and washing products if you want to share something.
Yes, I personally use Herbal Strategy, a company based in Bangalore. I buy from their website directly. It is also available on Big Basket and Amazon, I think. So their products are very good. All their ingredients, because I check everything and I buy. So all the ingredients are nice. And so you can try that, or maybe Rustic Art also has my washing machine powder is from Rustic Art. My dishwasher and floor cleaner is from Herbal Strategy. I earlier used to use makeup lipstick. I used to use from Lotus, I think so. Now I've stopped putting lipstick and my cheeks are pink, but I just take a slice of beetroot and I rub it and it remains pink for the whole till next day if I don't wash my face. and the eyeliner, the kajal is from Himalaya. I don't use soap at all, so I use haldi and besan, and I have that dried vegetable loofah. I mean, you get a vegetable, you dry it, so that I use, and I rub haldi and besan on my face. So no soap and no toothpaste. I know the question was not that, but I'm answering that also. So the tooth powder which I use is Triphala, more of Triphala, then little bit of neem, and very very little of clove powder mixed together and kept. Brush it with my middle finger. No toothbrush, and it's I've been using it now for more than 2 years, and your teeth become stronger and stronger and stronger with this. It's given by a Siddha doctor, and I've been using that from a long time now.
Sure, Nisha, thanks. The other question we have from Varalakshmi is, did you have any detox symptoms while following the alternate regimen?
Yes, in the first month, um, I did take a lot of carrot juice, and I was on a lot of juicing. So almost a month, I had severe loose motions. So that is something, but I was very happy about it. So I was celebrating every time. I could not, I mean, I used to go to office. My office is very close by. So the thought of going to office also was scary at that time, because okay, I had to go to the washroom for so long, so often. But I used to enjoy it. I used to feel happy that the toxins are coming out. So yes, loose motions was the symptom which I did have, the detoxification symptom.
Okay, okay, thanks for the answer. I think we have kind of covered all the questions. I had a few questions in mind, but you already covered. I wanted to ask you if you had any resistance from your family, that you started with that. You said yes, you got full support. So great to know that, and great to know that you have been so courageous. We have one more question, Nisha, from Ashi. Ashi is asking how to get rid of the side effects of chemo once taken.
See, it's as I said, you don't get ridding of any side effects. You have to only focus on improving your health. So the health improving, it's basically the same: Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi, and Atma. So the focus has to be not to put further toxins, because once you study what is chemo, and the effects of chemo, and so that we have to be very clear that or mat dalo toxins, because when we are focusing on detoxifying our body with the help of these five systems, so then you cannot put further toxins by drugs, or as I said, gland extracts or vaccines, etc. So we have to make sure of that. So whatever you are, if you can, follow the nature cure method, uh, once you start following this natural life, you automatically get confidence. As I tell everybody, जब भी हमको चोट लगती है बचपन में, हम माँ के गोद में जाते हैं, माँ के गोद में गए तो ऑटोमेटिकली हमको लगता है वी आर सेफ, तो हमको कुछ नहीं होगा. Similarly, when we are now adults and big, we go and rush to our mother nature, and once we start following this natural lifestyle, we automatically know कि हम safe हैं, हमको कुछ नहीं होगा. So once you start following it, you will know that you will detoxify from all the effects of the chemo, and then you will start feeling healthier and healthier day by day. Once you start thinking only of health every day, you start becoming healthier. You feel great. So I can only say, once you begin it, you can experience it.
Thanks, Nisha. Thanks for clarifying. It was great, and I think we are having some great, good comments as well from the people who attended, saying that it was a lovely session. And I would definitely agree that it was really great listening to you, understanding. Uh, what we can do from here to take it forward is, just below the video on the page, we can drop a few links of your blog and some other useful resources, so that anybody visiting the page at any time can actually access those and learn more. So between you and
Yes,
me, we can do that. We'll drop some comments under the video on the page, so that people can actually go through. And before we
I
end, one last question that we have, Nisha, Nandini is asking uh, if you are aware or if you can talk about some detox from the side effects of the of vaccines.
Side effects of vaccines, detox. See, in the nature cure way, of course, as I said, fasting and you putting cucumber pack on the side where you've got the vaccine. There is, I'm also part of Awaken India movement. We have our detox vaccine flyer up there. In that is also given a lot of green juices, basically dhania patta, um, coriander leaves juice, which will remove the metal in the from the body. Dr. Susan Raj method is also there of detoxification from the vaccine, which is very successful. She has been keeping records of 350 plus people, so that is also another method which can be used. And homeopathy also, I have seen Dr. Abhay Cheda has a lot of fantastic results with his patients for detoxifying from the vaccine. So yes, there are many methods you can choose, and it's really important also one should realize about the COVID tika or paneer tika as they say, and so and understand how important it is to detox. It's very very important so that we can prevent any more such sudden deaths which are already happening. And I would also like to just share a little bit. I have created 12 short videos of all people, my journey and my take on healing from cancer naturally. So anyone who wants to, basically, anybody who wants to know more about it, I tell everybody to please see these short 12 videos. So because I've covered all the points there, and if needed, we speak over the phone after they see the 12 videos. And I also have a WhatsApp group of natural healers called Natural Healers. Anybody who wants to heal from cancer naturally can join that group because it's basically just a support group. Initially, when I took this path, I did not know anybody who was doing the way I'm doing. I found a Facebook group called Breast Cancer Alternatives. I found that I was the only Indian there. Now there are many more. I was the 999th person that time. Now there are 7,000 plus, I think, people there. But that's the reason I thought of creating this WhatsApp group of people who want to heal from cancer naturally. So we have more than 350 people there too. So anybody who wants to join, of course, I have a set guidelines, no promotion of chemo or any such toxic treatments, no promotion of any pharmaceutical drugs, etc. It's only talk of natural healing, alternative healing only. And once you're okay to the guidelines, we can be you can be part of the cancer naturally healing group also. So this is just since there'll be anybody else who wants to, be part of the support group can also be.
Thank you, Risha. Thank you for sharing this. And as I mentioned before, we'll drop a few links under the video on the page so that everybody visiting the page can have a look. And once again, thank you very, very much. It was very enlightening and it was wonderful to listen to you. Thank you so much for your time.
I actually want to thank you, India's Daughters, because you're doing a fantastic work, and I mean, it's really important for this. For me, I feel it's really important that you gave me this opportunity to speak about this, because the word, as I said, the word cancer is so scary. So yes, the so-called scary disease, deadly disease, so-called, can also be healed very easily naturally. So this is the message which I want to share, and you gave me the platform. So thank you once again. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll end the broadcast, but the recording will stay on the page. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye. Yeah,
Bye.
bye. Thanks.